My name is Nick Patterson. I'm a recent graduate from the UVic Visual Arts MFA program, and this used to be my studio. My studio space became a little bit of its own art piece. Everyone who visited it was quite interested. It was, had a lot of interesting objects in it, and it just became kind of a second home, and I wanted to preserve it. So I made a 3D photogrammetry scan of the room, and that's what this is. So that's a video of a photogrammetry model made in Unreal Engine 5 with a video from a webcam that's superimposed. So we're kind of coexisting with the space that used to be in this room. And then the prints on the wall on the other side, those are the texture maps, the image files that wrap around and basically add color and texture to the 3D models. But yeah, they were really interesting compositionally, so I wanted to include them in the show. And this effect of seeing yourself in another space by being superimposed onto a 3D landscape is something that I first experimented with in my thesis work. That was in April, March, somewhere out there, yeah. So yeah, this is kind of just my way of kind of saying goodbye to my studio, and the idea just kind of came to me as I was starting to clear out the space, and it just seemed like a good opportunity, and they were nice enough to let me use the room. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's a good description, kind of covers everything, but yeah, my thesis work was sort of similar to this, but there were, the room was dark and there was a large projection on the wall and the camera was facing you, so you were kind of like, you were facing a mirror version of yourself on the screen, whereas this is a little bit different, kind of a third-person perspective. And it's also all self-contained in the TV because this was a very bright room, so I wasn't able to do the projection. Mm-hmm. But this is great too. Yeah, and like very similar effect, a little bit of an out-of-body experience. Yeah, and I'm interested in kind of having people need to think twice about where they are, maybe even who they are, which is a little bit of the title of the show, is Identity Crisis, because leaving the MFA program here was like a pretty big experience, and it forces you to confront like who you are and what you're doing in that moment. I had a lot of material to bring home, and I didn't know what to do with it, and so I'm having to get rid of a lot of it, and we wrap up our identity with objects sometimes. That, and also a good friend gave me a board game called Identity Crisis, which is actually hiding somewhere in those images of the texture files for the 3D model, because it was in the room. So when I saw that, I knew what I had to name the show. Yeah, that's mostly what it's about.